We do want to talk about this Australian social media ban starting December 10th. Everyone under 16 has to get off of their social media. Now, certain of these platforms are going to be sort of disactivating the accounts. Under 16s are being encouraged to download their photos, but it's going to be a big deal. And companies that do not comply can get these huge fines of up to 49.5 million Australian dollars, which is about 32 million US dollars. Here to talk about all of this, the logistics of it, the age of 16 in particular, is Dr. Sara Grimes. She's a professor at McGill University and an expert in children's digital media culture, and children's rights in the digital environment. Dr. Grimes, thank you so much for taking the time.
Oh, thanks for having me.
So first and foremost, when you hear 16 and under, it's a no-go in Australia. Is that the right age? Is this the right way to do it? What do you think?
I don't think it's the right way to do it. I guess the age is, I don't know how they came up with it exactly. There are, different theories around that and different experts that proposed it as a way of at least having a couple of years before reaching adulthood, where, young people could get back on and start experimenting and learning how to do it properly before reaching the age of majority. But there's a lot of problems with the ban, and I'm not confident that they resolved them over the past year.
But why? What's the problem? What do you think what did they get wrong? Do you think, Dr. Grimes?
Yeah, I think that first of all, the big problems that they were concerned about, the policymakers in this instance and the public, had to do with things that were happening on, these platforms that are bad things that are happening. But instead of going after the bad things and the bad people, they implemented a fairly sweeping ban on all young people from being able to access not just the bad stuff, but all the good stuff too. So I think any time that you're kind of using this really blunt type of response, there's a lot lost, as well as, maybe some gains. But even then, I'm not completely sure that they will see the gains that they're hoping for.
But Dr. Grimes, there is a general sense. I don't know all the studies, but just anecdotally, the younger generation, it's almost an extension of their body, right? Being on that phone and being onto social media. Surely that can't be healthy for them, for their mental health. What do you say to that? Right.
We're talking about devices and communicating and, surfing the internet as well as going on social media. It's a small piece of this larger puzzle, right, that you're talking about. So I guess the thinking is that banning platforms that are pretty popular will take away some of those other habits. But I'm not sure if that's even realistic.
In what way? Where if they're not allowed to do it, and if there are fines, and if they at least put that effort in, you're saying they'll still find a way around it? I don't understand.
Oh, they can still message each other and surf the internet and do other things. If you're thinking that the device itself is the problem, I don't know that social media is going to. Right, the platforms, which is really what the focus of the ban is on platforms, not on devices. I don't think we're disagreeing. I think that there are things that happen on platforms that happen in personal, private messages also that are harmful, that are even illegal, and those things should definitely be rooted out and, taken down, and the perpetrators should be reprimanded. If it's fellow young people, they should, be schooled and learn to not do that and get in trouble. And if it's grown-ups, they should, probably face huge fines or even arrests. But to just take kind of an arbitrary, we'll pinpoint social media and we'll take away access to all of these different places where young people congregate in the hopes that all of those other things are going to magically disappear. as a result, I think is quite naive.
I'm not so sure, but that's the thing. So I know what you're talking about. You're talking about exploitation, particularly sexual exploitation. Those things will go on. They went on before these platforms. They'll go on after these platforms. So there is a risk reduction concern there. But I think it was more of the fact that, because I was looking into it, a lot of it is also that it sort of has changed brain development, has changed mental health. People are, a lot of these kids are COVID kids, right? So they became dependent on these devices. So I think part of it is to tackle that the interaction that people have with the platforms that have sort of become a real extension of their lives. What do you say to that? That it's too much time spent on these platforms.
So you're talking like persuasive design and feeds
the algorithm
designed to continue to compel you to keep watching. And I mean, I would love to see that regulated, but it's not just on social media. It's all over the place, and it's all throughout our media, and it's all over our ads. It's on our news websites sometimes, with the clickbait. So I would love to see tighter restrictions on those types of manipulative tactics targeted to kids wherever they are, not just on social media platforms, but anywhere, and for I also would love to be able to opt out of having to, have those push notifications and have those types of design mechanisms launched at me as well. So, I completely agree. Things are definitely out of control and need to be regulated. I just don't think that taking kids off of 7 platforms where they like to congregate and post their, artwork and chat with their friends is really going to hit at the core issue, which is an industry that just kind of does whatever it wants and treats users however they want without any repercussions.
Dr. Sara Grimes, very interesting perspective indeed. She's a professor at McGill University, expert in children's digital media culture and children's rights in the digital environment. Dr. Grimes, thank you for taking the time.
Thanks so much.
Canadian women are looking for more out of themselves, their businesses, their elected leaders, and the world around them.
And that's why we're thrilled to introduce the Honest Talk podcast.
I'm Jennifer Stewart.
And I'm Catherine Clark. And in this podcast, we interview Canada's most inspiring women.
Entrepreneurs, artists, athletes, politicians, and newsmakers, all at different stages of their journey.
So if you're looking to connect, then we hope you'll join us.
Listen to the Honest Talk podcast on iHeartRadio or wherever you listen to your podcasts.